The much awaited state of Palestine. That's our president here in South Africa, making a fool of himself on the world stage once again in his condemnation and hatred towards Israel. And the truth spilling out of his mouth before he can catch it and turn it to the lie. Because when you're trying to speak deceit, you have to remember and keep your facts straight. So he says the state of Israel, but catches himself, Palestine. It was really hilarious. And then as he continues against Israel, his mic cuts off. Brilliant. Sorry, what were you saying? What were you saying? That was really funny. But watch the clip for yourself. Ramaphosa at his best at the United Nations, besides the other things he did that were crazy, like antagonize Donald Trump when they're still trying to get a GOA extended for South Africa, which will obviously not happen, when Ramaphosa says things like trade has been weaponized against us, yada yada, instead of going and trying to talk to Trump, which they haven't bothered to try and do until it was almost too late. Now they want to talk, and now America's not in the mood to talk anymore. Strange that. And then he says all nations must obey international law for two-state solution to work. Ramaphosa tells United Nations. He can't even agree to allow himself time to fix the problems in this country between the different races and the issues that he has in his own corruption and government falling apart. But he wants to be an authority on the need for a two-state solution. Talk about puppet. Ramaphosa delivered the forceful condemnation of Israel at the UN General Assembly vote, calling Israel's actions in Gaza once again genocide, and urging the world to recognize Palestinian statehood. The global majority should continue to pursue the ideal despite efforts by Israel to make the establishment of a Palestinian state practically impossible. The world is appalled at the brutal acts of genocide and grave war crimes committed by Israel in Gaza. Nothing about Hamas, because Hamas has offices in Cape Town, aimed at eradicating Palestinians from this narrow strip of land and the illegal expansion of settlements in the West Bank. You mean Judea and Samaria in the Bible that belong to Israel. Twit. He said the situation has been made worse by Israel's stated intention to annex the entirety of the occupied Palestinian territories. Blah, 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 blah. And then still fumbles and says Israel, Palestine, and gets his mic cut off. And it's such a joke. When you stand up to curse Israel and stand against God's nation and seek to divide his land, things seem to go wrong quite quickly. And I can attest to that in this country. Today, as per the last few days, we have no water. Our power is on and off all the time because our infrastructure is collapsing around our ears, and we have to make do and try and make it work. Why? I'll let you guess. But watch the clip. It is hilarious. Watch it twice. When he fumbles Israel and Palestine. That was special for me. Really awesome. Shalom.
And lasting solution. I would like to welcome the demonstrable groundswell of support for the establishment of the much-awaited state of Palestine by 142 nations.
The speaker's microphone has been cut off.